Prime and composite numbers. Let's work on identifying those. Now, if we think about a number like 36, it has many factors. 1 times 36, 2 times 18, 3 times 12, 4 times 9, 6 times 6, so many factors. And then we have a number like 11. The only factors it has is 1 and 11. So we would say that 11 is a prime number because it has exactly two factors, 1 and then itself, in this case 11. 36 would be considered a composite number because it has more than two factors, all of those, that I just listed. The beautiful number 1 is neither prime nor composite because it only has one factor. 1 times 1 gives you 1. So because a prime number has exactly two factors and a composite number has more than two, that's why 1 is neither prime nor composite. So how do we determine if a number is prime? Well, we test each of the prime numbers, right? 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. And we see which one of those will divide evenly into a number. You can also use your divisibility test to help. And if you stop when you get to a quotient that is smaller than the divisor, or if you find a prime factor that actually works. So if you find a number that has a prime factor, well, then it's composite because that means it has more than two factors. If it has no prime factors, then you know it's prime. Now let's see what that means. So is the number 91 prime? Well, it's not even, so we know 2 doesn't go into it. And then we think through the rest of our prime numbers. So we know it's not even, so not 2. If we look at 3, we would take 9 plus 1 gives me 10. 10 is not divisible by 3, so no, 3 is not an option. If we think about 5, well, the last digit is a 1, so it's not divisible by 5. If I try 7, 91 divided by 7 is 13. Yes, it comes out nicely, right? So because 91 divided by 7 is 13, 7 and 13 are factors of 91. Therefore, it is a composite number because it has the factors 1 and 91 and the factors of 7 and 13. So because it has more than two factors, it is a composite number. The number 127. Well, once again, it's not even, so 2 doesn't work. 1 plus 2 plus 7 is 10, so it's not divisible by 3. Doesn't end in a 5, so it's not divisible by 5. If I go into 7, well, 127 divided by 7 is 18.1. That doesn't work. If I divide by 11, because after 7, 11 is the next prime number, we get 11.5. And I can stop there. 13 is the next prime number, but you'll notice when I divide 127 divided by 11, I get 11.5. So that means the next time I divide by a number larger than 11, my quotient is going to be smaller, right? So because the next prime number is going to be less than the divisor, so we don't need to go any further. I've checked my 5 prime numbers that I need to. None of them had nice factors that went in, so 127 is a prime number. Now, I'm going to have you try this next one. Try to find if 187 is prime. Come back and check your work. So again, we try the different pieces. 2, it's not even, so 2 doesn't go in. 1 plus 8 plus 7 is 16. 16 is not divisible by 3, so that doesn't work. Does not end in 5, so it's not divisible by 5. If I divide by 7, I get 26.7. That does not work. When I get to 11, 187 divided by 11 is 17. So because that comes out beautifully, then that means 187 is a composite number because it has more than two factors.